Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Mental Health Chat, episode 16. Happy Saturday, everybody. It is 4/18/2020. So I apologize for being a few minutes late. I had to redo my coffee, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Let me know how I look and sound. That way I can make adjustments if I need to. Wait for a few people to join. So I hope everybody's having a good day. My day was quite interesting, that's for sure. And like I said, I'll explain that here in a few minutes. Just waiting and waiting. Oh, got an icky taste in my mouth. Thanks to my son. Hello, Dwayne. Welcome. I sent Heather a link if she'd like to join. She doesn't have to, but I did send it to her. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure. It's a little windy here today, so if it gets too loud, let me know. Like if it gets too annoying, let me know, and I can shut the window. But it's, well, let's see, what is the temperature? It's 46 degrees right now, but it's supposed to be in the 60s today, so I'm super stoked about that. All right. How are you doing, Dwayne? Oh, we're like really far behind in the between StreamYard and YouTube. Interesting for sure. For sure. Hello, everybody that is in that hasn't said hi. Good morning. Good morning. How is your Saturday? My week has been crazy. Our weather's been really wonky. So it's we had snow, we had rain, we had wind, we had sun, and most of that was all in one day at the same time. Kind of weird. Now, today, though, hi, Jacob. Welcome. Forgot to put the link in. So if anybody would like to join today and share their story, you're more than welcome to come on. Like I said, this is an open panel. So, yep, Tommy went fishing. So him and Joey and the kid's biological father went fishing today. And yes, my window is open. So if it gets too obnoxious, just let me know and I'll close it. But hello, Fishing and Picking. Welcome. Kind of spooky, huh? But yeah, they went fishing. So I have an icky salt taste in my mouth this morning because my son bringing home, yeah, hopefully. If not, that's okay. The grocery store is not too far away. So my son decided to play a prank on his biological father, and he put salt in the coffee in what he thought was his biological father's coffee cup. It was not. It was my coffee cup, and I had no idea. And I took a drink, and now I have a salty taste in my mouth that I cannot seem to get rid of. So I had to go and make a fresh cup of coffee, wash it out, make a fresh cup. Children, I tell you, I can hear my daughter giggling upstairs. She knew. She didn't warn me, of course. But yeah, he thought that my coffee mug was his biological father's coffee mug. And so, yeah, I ended up with salt in my coffee this morning. Gotta love children. And the thing is Tommy took a sip of my coffee before I did. And he said it tasted fine. And then next thing you know, I go to take a drink, and it was very salty. So the prank did not work exactly how it was supposed to. So, yeah, parental advice: don't have kids. No, kids are good. I don't mind having my children. Yeah, I think fishing and picking. Yeah, that is cool that Tommy and the ex can fish together. Yes, Tommy knows how to keep them in check, and so I don't have to deal with him. So that's he's here to see the kids. He took vacation time to see the kids, so he's around. Him and I don't get along all the time. So instead of fighting with each other in front of the kids, I just go in my own separate area so that he can spend time with his kids. So fish and pick. Jacob says at fish and picking, I think it's great when that can happen, and that's the thing. Psych. Dwayne, you're sassy. Cyclops. Yeah. So if things start to get where him and I just aren't talking civil, and we get upset with each other for something, I tend to be the one to walk away and just get out of the situation so that we're not fighting in front of the kids. It's a long process to where we've gotten to this point. Not that I've ever talked negative about him to the kids, but I also don't lie to the children. They know everything, and it's their decision. They're old enough to know and to understand what the situation is going on, and so they get to make their own choices on what kind of relationship they have with him. And so hi Save Robbie. Oh, hey Save Robbie, guess what? I sent out your mug and stuff yesterday. Welcome, my friend. I dropped the link if you want to jump on and say hi. I know you probably are tired from working, but I'll drop the link again for anybody who would like to join, or if you'd like to join Robbie. But yeah, I mean, he is my kid's biological father is a trigger for my mental health. And so I try not to communicate too much with him. So especially if he's in a mood, it really will set me off. And with him, I tend to get angry when he agitates my mental health. And so I've learned slowly, and like I said, it's a work in progress. Oh, okay. Yeah, anytime, Robbie. You are more than welcome to join in anytime. I always drop the link in chat for anybody who'd like to join. And I'm glad you're excited. It was fun making your mug and stuff. So, and then your special gift in there too. But yeah, it's a work in progress. He really does trigger my mental health, my anxiety really bad. And I don't know. Hello, Cliff. Welcome. I don't know how to really explain it because him and I split up on really bad terms, and I wasn't going to take any more from him. And so that made me jump. It's the box that we just got. Hello, dear. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
Good. What?
The kid's biological father is up this weekend or for the week, and so he's around. And so he came up Thursday, I think it was. And so, oh, thank you, Robbie. So that's kind of what I'm talking about at the moment, is my mental health and how my children's biological father affects it.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, I mean, all we did was ever fight, and we did break up on really bad terms.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a heavy drinker, and I'm talking heavy drinker, and
Not
I
good.
put up with it until he put his hands on me while I was pregnant with my daughter, and then I was done. And so he's not normally a violent person unless he's been drinking. And so
Oh.
he actually ended up in jail for it. Not from putting his hands on me or anything like that. I just left the situation. But he ended up in jail because he did some damage to a van that him and his ex-wife owned. And so he ended up in jail for a while. And talk about somebody who is an enabler to, I think that's the word I'm looking for, to, encourage the drinking and buying the alcohol, knowing that he wasn't supposed to have it because of how he behaved. And so that's a whole different mess that I'm glad that she's out of the picture. And so,
Was that his first wife coming back or a second wife?
no, he's only been married once and he's divorced now. She was not a very good person. And
Okay.
she was not very nice to my children. She was not nice to the kid's biological father. But she ended up throwing him in jail. And when he got out this last time, so he got out 5 days before my spleen ruptured.
Oh my, so a year ago then.
Almost a year ago, right. And so he has been clean since he got out, which is awesome because I can
That's
tolerate
good.
him more that way than I can when he's been drinking.
That's
And
good.
his drinking really triggered just the anger. He brings out the angry side of me with my mental health,
Oh, yeah.
especially with my anxiety. And so I'm already trying to figure out how to work around dealing with my own anxiety. And then he comes in and, he'll say something snooty, or, he'll try to pick a fight. And this is before. And so I just would fly off. But because the kids are older, I've never lied to them. And their biological is actually starting to take responsibility for the things that he did in the past. So
Oh,
he's
good.
trying very hard to step up to the plate and be an actual father to them. And so, which is nice. And so, hello, Jennifer. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Beth. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
So I mean, it'll be an interesting week for sure, because usually I can only deal with them for a couple days at a time. And so, but he's here for the kids, and that's what's important, is for them, to spend time with him, especially now that he's clean for almost a year from alcohol, and he's so much easier to get along with.
Who are we talking about?
My kid's biological father. He's up for it, so that he can spend time. He took vacation, so he's spending time with the kids. So,
yeah, I had to deal with my oldest son's father for 18 years. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I can, very different circumstances, but I can relate in having to deal with a co-parent who isn't really a parent.
now, and that's the thing, how do you work with somebody, honestly, that's like that? I mean, before he actually stopped drinking, it was really difficult to deal and to process why he would do the things that he did. He wanted to be their friend and not their parent. And he wanted to be the cool dad. And it just made things worse. It really did. And so now he's finally, stepping up to the plate. And, Tommy's the one that's raised these kids since they were little. Little. And so, these are his kids. These are Tommy's kids. No matter how frustrated he gets, these are still his kids. And it's like he's teaching their biological to on how to be a dad, which is fine, but Tommy will only take so much. And once he hits the biological hits a certain point, then Tommy will be like, done. You need to go calm down.
There was a time or two that Dwayne did step in when it came to communicating. And when it was just like, okay, you guys gotta calm down, take a step back. And it seems like there's a couple different times, but
and that's the thing too, it's because him and I don't get along. Now, it's not all on him. I will be 100% clear with that. It is not 100% my children's biological father's fault, because there are times where I'm just like so agitated with, everything from the past sneaks up, and I get agitated and I'll just snap off on him, and so it's not just him, it's myself as well. And we do have to learn how to communicate for the kids. And that's where Tommy comes into play. Tommy's usually the one that is the mediator between us. And it really stinks that he got kind of put into that position. But the judge, our family court judge, is the one that kind of was like, they need a mediator. Hello, Crystal. Welcome.
So what's going on with you, Beth? Oh, muted. You got to unmute yourself.
Sorry. I can have said anything. Let me see. What can I say?
Yeah, I was trying to read lips there.
We're having mother-in-law issues. My mother-in-law has gone down extremely this week with dementia. So it's scary that it hits this fast. Like it's been coming on, but it's been really bad this week.
Yeah.
My mother, how it works? Like, I don't know how that works.
I thought it's been gradual, but this week has been like somebody just flipped a switch, man.
Ooh.
So we got some big decisions to make.
Oh no.
So,
she just lives around the corner from us. She just lives around the corner from us, but she could still burn the house down and us not know it. So my wife is over there right now trying to figure out what to do to get. There are times that she's alone, maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, just because she wants her privacy. But I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Wow.
Then somebody's got to be there.
Yeah. See, when I was a CNA, I was working with the people that actually, already had the final stages of it. So I'm not familiar with how it progresses to get to that point.
I think it's different with everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
love it.
We just weren't expecting this.
Wow.
With my mother, there's such a lack of communication between us, my 3 siblings and myself, and my mom's husband, that they wouldn't even admit that she had dementia until just a few months ago. And she's not my mom anymore. Her personality is completely gone, and it took all this time. We don't even know if she has a diagnosis, and if so, what it is. We're guessing, Alzheimer's, but I don't know.
Oh, wow.
So, yes. But,
hello, welcome.
Hello, everyone.
You
Good
know
morning.
Heather and Beth, right?
What did you say?
Said you know Heather and Beth, right?
I've actually been on with Heather before, and I've caught Beth on Hip Flippin' Mama's working hangout the other
Yeah, I
day.
think you were there the other day. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see
Where
you.
do you live?
My brain is tired, so I just want to make sure everybody knows everybody on the
Where
panel.
do you live, Amy?
I live in Missouri.
Oh, okay. Anywhere near Springfield?
That's about 4 hours away.
Okay.
I live closer to St. Louis.
Okay.
Hello, Dee. Welcome, welcome. Happy
Hey, Dee.
Saturday to you as well. Yeah, it's. So, how's everybody's week been?
Let's not all chime in at once. Chat, you want to chime in?
Destiny already knows how my week's been.
Maybe
I've
the
talked to
short
her like
show,
5
Destiny.
times this week, so.
It's going to be a short show, Destiny.
I see that.
I don't think I have any interesting stories in the least of my.
other phone.
I don't think I even have any boring stories.
I have a McDonald's gripe.
Did you
I
see
have a McDonald's gripe.
A McDonald's gripe. Oh no.
Did you guys see Dwayne's comment? He said, like my brain is tired is a good excuse.
Dee said she's having a great week. Awesome, Dee.
That's awesome.
No, my McDonald's gripe is that I go every day after the post office. I go and get 2 drinks, and it's $2.17. So I always give them $2.25, and I always tell them put the change in the Ronald McDonald House box, and they always do. But the last 2 days, I've been watching my rearview mirror. They're not putting the money in the box, and it pisses me off. And I know it's only 8 cents, but it just pisses me off. I'm like, okay, this is for Ronald McDonald House, not for you guys. So I'm going to start putting it in there myself from now on.
Yeah, our governor actually just put another extended our stay-at-home thing that's going on until the end of May.
Really? I have no idea what's going on in Utah.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen here because our numbers keep climbing and climbing. Every day it's either like the other day it was 16, yesterday it was 23. We're at 177 now, and we started out with 0 less than a month ago.
Yeah.
And that's just for my county. That's not for the whole state.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm looking
It's
up.
crazy.
I'm looking up for Utah here, see where we're at.
Yeah, the DNR closed all the boat ramps.
I'm live right now.
For the boat launches in Wisconsin that is DNR run. So they're all closed, and people are not happy. Let me tell you, I have never seen so many men complain about not being able to put their boat in the water. It's crazy. All right, so Fishing and Picking said this week, my dogs ran away, ran out of beer, fishing boat won't start, and my wife is crazy.
That's a fabulous week right there. That's wonderful.
Hello, Sonia. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it's sad. Jennifer said F and key. I had to think for a minute what that meant. I got it. I did get it. Oh, I'm really, really sorry that your puppies ran away. Hopefully they'll come back soon, unless you're messing with them.
Horrible.
I can't tell. But hopefully they'll come home soon. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, and I've been wiping. That says wipe. No, what is it? Oh, wipe. Oh, yes, wiping with coffee filters. All righty then.
We're using those for face masks, not for toilet paper.
Coffee filters are not just for coffee anymore.
Now, I don't know what they're going to do here in Texas. They're talking about starting to open some businesses as early as May 1st. But personally, for me, it won't be good because my assistant will not be able to go in the office if we're open, because she has to school the kids that are out of school. That means I'll have to be in the office 5 days a week. That's going to suck my business right there.
Yeah. Default here is feedback.
Always is. It's always me, I bet. Thank you, Dee. All right.
We can be in the same boat because sometimes it's always me.
All right. So Dwayne said that that's a country song, FNP.
Yeah.
And then Dee says there's a reason for that. People are literally getting it from the gas pumps. Yeah, that's what I heard. So I don't know what exactly is going to happen in the next month here in our state, but I mean, there's rumors going around of this and that, and so you really don't know. The only thing we know for sure is that the DNR closed all their boat launches, and our state is still at stay-at-home order until the end of next month, which it does
They
either.
can hear you. Stop singing.
It doesn't affect us too much.
I have
though.
kids here today, and they're back. She's back here singing. I don't know what she's singing, but she's whispering a song. So if you hear it, she's just a happy 13-year-old right
We
now.
need to come up with a song. Fishing and picking.
Oh,
My
she's
dogs
singing
ran
DuckTales.
away. My dogs ran away. I ran out of beer. Fishing boat won't start, and my wife is crazy.
Oh goodness.
Oy. Yeah, but like I was saying with Dee's comment, that's what they were saying in Milwaukee, is that people were just getting it from the gas pumps. So hopefully all this will start to settle down soon, and we won't have to worry. Jennifer Hayes says, I got 1.5 rolls left, getting nervous now, LOL. Yeah,
I have to start.
I have a full 24 pack, a 4-pack, and the second 12-pack, or the last 12-pack, I think there's at least rolls in there. So I think I'm good for a bit. And I did not do the binge buying like a lot of people did. My mom gave me I think it's a 24-pack. It might be a 30-pack. I'm not sure.
Nice. Dwayne
I think we have about 15 rolls left.
Yeah, I think
that's what we need to do is everybody needs to take a poll and everybody go count their toilet paper rolls and report in.
Right. Dwayne said, Jennifer Hayes, if it gets too bad, let me know and I will spare a square or a 4-pack. All right.
Yeah, Kimberly on Life of Kimberly received a care package from Colleen, Thrifty Falconer's wife, and it was toilet paper.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't see. I think I saw something on Instagram, but I didn't like it. I am telling you, I am not good with electronics. I am surprised that I'm even able to go live on StreamYard because for some reason, it always jumps for me. My Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff is crazy. Greatly in the reduction of square space. Oi. Fastest.
I have some good news.
Ooh, any good news.
Since I started sharing more about my skincare stuff, I've had like 18 orders in the last 2 days.
Awesome.
Wow.
I'm doing better with skincare than I am reselling at the moment.
So you have a skincare line, is that what it is?
It's a direct sales business that I started doing like 4 years ago. And I kind of put it to the side when I started doing the reselling. And, well, I can't really source anything. And I want to say it was like, what was that, Destiny? Like last week or the week before that I mentioned it on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
And since then, I've been trying to catch up on the stuff that I've kind of put back. like the newer products and whatnot. And since I started talking about it more, all these orders come in and everybody wants to know what's good for this and what's good for that. And I don't know. Even when I first started, I've been doing this for 4 years and this is the best my business has ever been.
That's great.
That is all.
Good.
And then when Destiny sent me the link to come on, I was like, okay, you gotta give me a second, because I was in the middle of a phone call explaining it to somebody. So I was like,
Well, see,
So
it's good that you wrote down, you went on and wrote all your information down like you did yesterday on each item.
yeah, I still have a lot more to do. I didn't realize how many products we have. I just got through the face products yesterday. I still have the body, the hands, the feet, like everything else to go through.
But at least it's a start, you know?
Right. Well, like the hands are easy because the formula in our hand creams, all except for one, maybe two, like one has the CBD oil in it and the other 5 or 6 are just the regular formula.
Okay, we have a question in chat from Dwayne, Mothership Products. Like, hey, what's good for 4 chins and an extra 100 pounds? Amy, can you fix that?
Are you just not rolling all the time, Heather, at your house?
I'm the
You just
funny
keep doing
one.
dishes?
Oh, he already did the Cyclops thing this morning.
He did.
Yeah, but the Cyclops thing was something that happened. He would throw that out when me and Darlene were on live. I think it was one of the first few episodes, and all we could do was laugh. I don't even remember what the conversation was. I just know that every time I see that word now, I start busting out laughing because of that day. And I can't remember why.
That's funny. That is really funny.
My coffee still tastes like salt, and I washed my cup.
Uh,
Now I'm wondering if he put the salt in the actual coffee grounds and then made the
oh,
coffee.
nasty.
Yeah, I was like, wrong person. Yeah, Joey, no, and most people probably weren't, or I know a lot of people weren't in here when I first started, but my son decided to put salt in my coffee, thinking that it was his biological father's coffee cup. And so now I taste nothing but salt.
Oh, isn't that awful? Like when you taste something that's gross and then it sticks with you for like the rest of the day at least. Oh, that's horrible.
And,
It's like,
and of course, salt, I am not supposed to have salt because of my kidneys. And all I do is take one little sip, and yeah.
and he had to go and ruin your coffee? Well, that's...
Well, it was a prank on his biological father.
Yes. Is nothing sacred? You can't mess with someone's coffee.
I know, right?
That is one of the most important rituals of the day.
Okay, Dwayne just refreshed. FNP is missing. Okay, here we'll just highlight it. Here we go again. Fishing and picking came back because I'm only half nuts. We really shouldn't laugh about that, but they started it. Oy, oy, oy.
Does anybody want a 16-year-old?
Oh, hell no.
He's driving me freaking bonkers.
No. Been there,
and that's
done
the
that.
nice way to put it, because he still isn't awake. And I've tried to wake him up an hour and a half ago.
I have no...
Amy, are you talking about your son?
Yes, and you know my issue with that right now.
Ooh.
He's been here for a month instead of being at my parents' house, and he has not done anything for school. I found this out yesterday. He has 40 missing assignments. So he's going to take this weekend and he's going to catch up. And then Monday, he's going to wish that he didn't have to have me looking over his shoulder to make sure he hit everything. Because it's really, I don't even know. I can't even express myself without saying bad words.
I feel so grateful that I don't have younger kids through all of this.
It's really not that hard because I only have one. My girls stay with their dad through the week. I have them this weekend until Monday. And then after that, they go to their dad's. They do all their schoolwork there. Their teachers keep me updated. No big deal. I appreciate that. But his teachers and principal, instead of calling me to let me know what's going on, has been calling my mom. But my mom works from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So she doesn't answer her phone. And by the time she gets home, nobody's at the school anymore. I've called 3 times, left a message with my phone number and my email just to make it safe. And I still haven't heard anything.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's how.
Luckily, we have a. It's called a parent portal where we can go in to see if we have missing. So I wrote them all down yesterday. Came out to a page and a half of missing assignments.
What's he been doing with his time? Playing video games?
I think it's more of Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. So starting Monday, when he's doing his schoolwork, I'm going to take his phone away.
There you go. Sometimes
because he can't get on. I don't think he can get on any of those platforms on his Chromebook because the school has it set up to where they can only go on certain things. And I think anything social media is cut out. I'm going to be that mom. I'm usually the nice mom. But that crap, that's what he was doing when he was in school. Like he'd run the halls. I think he would go sit in the bathroom for that hour or whatever. So he wouldn't have to do it.
Oh boy.
Driving me freaking insane though.
Right? That's crazy. Yeah, and I know
whoever said boys are easier than girls were full of crap. Because I think they're equally
hard to deal with
on that one. Yes.
I get it.
It's,
hello, fun things. Welcome. He said at least it wasn't washing up liquid. Yeah, if it would have been dish soap, I would not have been able to go live today. Because we all know what happens with dish soap when you ingest it. It'd be squeaky clean, that's for sure. I think people should salt more. Oh, lordy.
Have you guys ever had, like, okay, I have a sciatic nerve issue.
Yes.
And it hurts, but I get so mad. Like, it just triggers the anger because there's nothing I can do for it. I can take anything the doctor gives me. I can take anything you can imagine over the counter. But really, all I need to do is like lay down and relax.
Do you
but
lay
I
on
can't
tennis
do that
ball?
because my mind just keeps going.
Do you lay on a tennis ball?
No, that makes it worse.
Okay.
I have to lay on this gel ice pack that I have. That's the only thing that helps. And I have to lay flat on my back with the ice pack under me. And then after the pain starts going away, my lower back and my thigh muscles hurt because of me walking different. And I get so mad and it like just triggers. I don't even know why, because like I can control the pain. I try and it doesn't work. And it's been going on all week. But I have to keep moving because if I don't move, then it like locks my hips where I can't move and I have to forcefully move them.
Ooh. That's
miserable.
It does. It sounds very miserable.
I've had this problem since I was like 15, and I think it's more of a genetic thing because my grandpa had it, my uncle has it, my mom, she has it in spurts, not like I do. But since I've lost a lot of weight, I've like what was it, 100, almost 110 pounds that I've lost. It does help now that I don't have all the extra weight that I did have. But if I sleep wrong, or if I sit in a certain spot, a certain way too long, it just triggers it.
Yeah.
How did you lose 100 pounds?
Well, at first I was babysitting kids downstairs, and they were 3, 4, 5, and 10. And I live upstairs, and there's like 20 steps that I had to climb up and down every day. And sometimes I would come upstairs like to get my own food or to get my own coffee. That way I wasn't eating or drinking her stuff. And I think it was just walking up and down the steps so much. And then when I got to where I wanted to lose I think it was 40 more, I started taking a carb control. I got it from Amazon. It's 3 of them for like $25 or something, like 3 containers for $25. And I started taking those, and it just started melting away.
So what is that carb control?
But if I'm stuck here in this house much longer, I'm going to start gaining it back.
Were you also on eating low carbs or no as well?
Oh, no, I eat whatever I want.
And being on the carb control. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The carb control, what it does is you take it 30 minutes before you eat. Mm-hmm. And then you're supposed to take it 30 minutes before you eat a high carb meal, which is usually dinner for me, because I have this obsession with pasta. And I would take that, and about 30 minutes later, I would eat as much as I wanted. I wasn't gaining anything because of the carb control. It balls it up to where it doesn't stick to your fat cells. It's pretty good. I started using the one from It Works, the direct sales company, and I personally drink too much caffeine because it started making me have heart palpitations. It kind of freaked me out. I thought I was on the verge of a heart attack because I was, oh my gosh, my anxiety went through the roof when it started happening because it felt like butterflies flapping around in my chest. Mm-hmm. And about 2 days after I stopped taking them, that went away. And when I started using the ones from Amazon, there's something in the one that It Works has that the one I got from Amazon doesn't have. And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember. I don't even know if I could say the name of the ingredient if it was in front of me. It's one of those doctor terms. But yeah, it was definitely when I hit the 100-pound mark that I had lost. Oh my God, I could have threw myself a party. So excited.
Yeah, because I'm at a very big standstill right now, and I'm just at a plateau, and I hate it.
See, and me being 5 foot tall and weighing over 200, I weighed over 250 pounds. And right now I weigh 140.
Good for you.
Great. Yeah. So I've been at a standstill for a decade now. I can't figure out what I need to do.
Yeah, I'm starting to gain.
I usually do not use any kind of supplements to lose weight, because if you don't force there's a lot of things that I did on YouTube. I try to do yoga. That's not a good idea because my balance, oh my gosh, it's so horrible. I run into my door frame every time I walk out and it doesn't move. It's it's been there this whole time, but I always run into it with my shoulder every single time.
Yeah.
But yoga wasn't for me. I fell on my face. One day I went to do, I don't even know how to explain, but I went to do something and I fell. And the girl that used to live underneath me, she comes running up here because she thought somebody tried to kick in my door. That's how loud it was.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's just me trying to do yoga, which I probably shouldn't do. I started using, I went from, what were they, 3-pound weights. And anytime I would do any kind of workout routine, I would use the weights. So I was working my upper body as well as my lower body. And then after I started seeing, I think it was the first 20 pounds I lost, I bumped myself up to 5-pound weights. So I don't want to have muscular arms. I just want to be able to like lift myself up if I fall because I have no upper body strength at all.
I hear you.
And I just started going on. I just started going on YouTube and finding different leg workouts or core workouts, and they seem to help.
So do you think with losing your weight that you lost, do you think that's helped with your mental health, or do you think it has triggered more issues with your mental health?
I think it's actually helped because I'm more happier with myself. Like English is hard sometimes. I feel happier with myself because I can fit in my jeans that I haven't been able to wear for 5 years. That's better than buying a new pair of jeans.
That's great.
Because for me,
or like me and my girls are 12 and 13. We can actually share some of our shirts, which we couldn't do before because I've always had like a 2X or a 3X.
Yeah.
But now that I've lost it, we all wear a size medium in a shirt.
See, that's awesome to hear.
My goal is to be an extra large.
Whatever works.
That's what my goal was. I don't know where the extra large and the medium, it was like I was wearing a 3X and now I wear a medium. That somewhere in there. And I didn't even realize. At first I'm like, I still feel fat. And, I would joke around about it saying that, if I keep getting wider, you're going to be able to call me Oompa Loompa. And then I would start singing the song, like as a joke. And one of my neighbors apparently got offended by it. And I'm like, look, I'm not calling you an Oompa Loompa. I'm talking about myself. I'm 5 foot tall and weigh over 200 pounds. That's not okay. But that's how I felt. I'm like, I just need a red jumpsuit. And then I start singing the song. It's not a big deal. Like I had to joke about it to be okay with it.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's how some people deal with it. Like when I was 285 pounds and I lost all the weight I lost and I was down to 140, I still mentally, when I would look into the mirror or try to put some clothes on, I constantly, and even to this day, I still feel like I'm 285 pounds. And I can't, for some reason, I can't get that out of my head. It's like stuck in there. And I wear clothes that are probably like a couple sizes too big on me because I'm still set in that mindset of being that big. I mean, I was in a size F cup bra. That's how big I was. And when trying to find that kind of a size is very difficult. And so it, mentally, I still feel like I'm this huge person and that I'm just getting bigger and bigger every single day. And I just can't shake it.
I wasn't trying to laugh at you, Destiny, but I just this minute sold a size 38H bra as you were saying that.
Oh, that's
very coincidental.
Maybe that was good luck.
You were complaining about your F, and I just want to tell you that some people have it worse than an F.
But see, I'm 5 foot even as well. And so I was literally as big around as I was tall. And
it doesn't go there for me. When I gain weight, it does not go to my boobs.
Yeah,
when we measured my waistline, it was 4.5 feet around.
Yeah, it was.
That's it from like my belly button, not like my actual waist where you wear your pants, but from my belly button all the way back around to 4 feet. I'm only 5 foot tall, so like that's just not. Oh, it's not okay with me ever.
So you were just about as round as you are tall.
Yeah,
that's where the Oompa Loompa thing came from.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't eat the.
Nobody actually asked me when I said that. Nobody ever asked me why I say that. They thought I was just downing myself, but in reality, that's exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking on Amazon right now, Amy, and I'm looking in there. I looked at just carb blocker, You know, they have one that's white kidney beans.
Oh, I've heard
Yes.
about that one. Yeah.
White kidney bean extract is something you want to look for. The bottle I use, the bottle is black and the label is red and yellow. Red label with yellow and black words.
I
You
see
get like,
green bottle.
if you do the percentage off, you get 3 bottles at, I believe it's 60 pills in each bottle. Sorry, I couldn't think of how to word that.
And then do you take 2 a day then, so it's a month's supply?
You're supposed to take 2 a day. I was always kind of afraid to because I do drink an excessive amount of caffeine, probably more than one should. So I only take 1 a day. But if you don't drink a lot of caffeine, it does recommend taking 2 at one time.
So the background
Like-
is black, you said?
Yeah. The bottle is, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Maybe I can
Because
just
there's
show
one
you.
that's called keto carb blocker. The background is black and then there's red, but there's no yellow. So that's what I'm looking for is the yellow.
Okay, real quick. So Sonia said she has some really good news, and her dad's test results came back negative. That is really, really awesome.
That's good. Yes.
So happy for you, Sonia, for your dad.
That's awesome.
And then
That comes at a really good time too, you know, because it's nice to have some good news for a change.
right. So Mother's Mustache, good morning, welcome.
Is her name Ansley? Is that right?
I think so. I am really
Ainsley
horrible.
is Mother's Mustache. Yes.
Okay, I've seen her a lot in quite a few chats. I just, when they say her name, I'm like, well, who are you talking about? You have to say their YouTube name so I could put it together.
Right. Yeah, that's how I am too. And then I end up butchering people's real names, and I feel horrible. And then I butcher their YouTube name and feel even worse. So
I hear you.
so it's like, oy. So I always end up apologizing at some point during the show.
Oh, and I spelled her name wrong.
Let's see. Okay, so Sonia says, I struggled all my life with the opposite, never been able to get a healthy weight because of my thyroid. I was always too thin, and people used to think I was anorexic.
Oh, yeah. I remember her talking about
Her
that.
talking about that.
Yeah.
So, and then my thyroid seems to work normally since I hit my 40s.
That's good. That's really good. My thyroid crapped out on me in my 20s after I had my kids.
Okay, here, we're going to try this. I don't know if I can do it this way. Where's my
White
kid?
kidney.
Hold on. There we go.
White kidney.
That's what it looks like.
What does that say at the top? THYL.
It's PHYTORAL.
There we go. Okay. Let's see what they've got.
And you get a
Yeah,
60.
that was
if you
the one that I was looking at.
Okay, if you get one, it's like 1177. But if you scroll down, it says, well, you might not want to do this deal unless you know that it works for you. But you can get 3 of them, and you get 15% off if you get 3 of them, which comes to like less than $25.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
But that's the specific. I can't say that word.
Specific one.
Specific one I use. There we go.
And
I always want to say Pacific because that's what I say jokingly. I say Pacific, like as in the ocean. So I had to think about it.
are you going to give us a screenshot of it, Beth?
Well, the one I'm looking at doesn't, I mean, there shows 3 bottles, but I don't think.
No, you only get one.
Yeah, and it's for $22.50 for the 90 count.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's still not bad because if you go through a direct sales company like it works, I was paying, let's see, it was like $45 for the product plus the shipping and the tax. So it was closer to $60 after they add all those fees.
That's $22.50 for a bottle.
That sounds like a really good price.
Did anybody else's StreamYard kind of like flicker out and then back in?
Not that I noticed.
I wasn't paying attention. I did hear like something in my ear though.
Yeah, my StreamYard just went completely blank and then restarted. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know, but you're still here.
Oh.
I don't see any other.
Heather,
So you think $22.50 is good for one bottle?
What was it?
$22.50 for a
Does
bottle
that
of
include
90.
a tax and shipping?
It was free shipping, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's
Free delivery, and I'll get it Tuesday.
I would say that's a good deal. Most
You
of
can
them
also
are
get
usually
you
like,
can also get a 60 count. That doesn't make sense. You can get a 60 count for $11.77. That's cheaper. If I bought two of those, that'd be 120 count for almost the same price.
that's at least 2 months supply, depending on how you take them. If you take one or two.
real quick disclaimer. We are not doctors. We are not counselors. We are just sharing stuff that worked for us.
We're just four crazy ladies. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was already looking into this before she talked about this. I have to say that. So,
Right.
But like you said, I'd rather take one that somebody's tried than try bottle after bottle after bottle until I find something that is not gonna, be a ripoff.
I have that same
and just
problem.
because it works for Amy doesn't mean it'll work for me, and I understand that. I just like to, this is probably maybe the same seller.
It may even work better for you than it did for me, or faster. I mean, you never know. It kind of depends on how active you are also.
Well, I think this would help me not have the munchies so much.
Definitely, it is
that's an issue for me because working from home, I just want to keep grabbing food. Yeah.
See, that's my thing. And I did that throughout. Like, I still would munch on stuff, but it was more like instead of eating the entire bag of potato chips, I would only eat like a handful. That's my weakness, potato chips. Oh my God, I could live off potato chips.
But I also that in the house because we're on keto right now. I mean, we're on paleo. Keep saying we're on keto because I was on keto before.
Yeah,
the only thing I switched was I stopped drinking soda and I started drinking more things like high caffeine, of course. I started drinking more coffee and more tea, and I had to make myself drink water. I hate water. I really do. I can't stand it. But I had to make myself drink more water because that does help the pills work better if you drink when you take it, instead of drinking like soda or tea or Kool-Aid or whatever you may drink with your dinner. Try to drink a glass of water instead because it helps activate it.
I have my water tracker on my bullet journal, and I just check it off every time I drink a bottle of water. I hate water.
And they say I'm supposed to drink like 1.5 gallons of water a day. I'm lucky if I throw an 8-ounce glass of water a day.
1.5 gallons? That sounds a bit excessive.
That's for my size.
Fishing and Pickens said there's a $1
bigger you are, the
coupon.
more.
Fishing and Pickens said there's a $1 coupon at the top of the page. I don't see that.
I don't think I paid close enough attention this time.
I don't see a coupon.
Okay, so I did put a question in chat for everybody. I'm curious, what is everyone's weakness when it comes to food? So we have Reese's Cups, our Mother Mustache's weakness. Crystal says chocolate and coffee. Dwayne says greasy, salty stuff. Oh, and Mother's Mustache said, and Starburst. Doritos and CC's with hummus. What is CC's with hummus? Okay, so Fishing and Pickens got a question. How are you after taking the pills? Does it upset your stomach? It's a real question.
I don't know.
It doesn't upset your stomach, but that's kind of what it's designed to do. Like it takes the carbs and puts them like in its own bubble and then like pushes them through your system. So like the first week you take them, it may be a little different than normal. That's a weird, I'm sorry, I can't talk about poop. I just can't.
I was going to ask if it gives you explosive diarrhea.
I mean,
You never know.
it doesn't do that. It didn't do that to me. I can't say that it won't do that to somebody else. If you're on certain medications, it may trigger something different. Or if you have my whole routine of like a daily routine, I'm usually here at my home all the time. Not because I'm made to be. This is real life for me.
Right there.
Honestly, nothing has changed. So
Yep.
I'm here. And if I'm not here, I'm at my parents' house. I'm not a social person when it comes to the real world out there. I live around too many stupid people. So like, it all depends on your activity level, on how good they actually work in many different ways.
That's a good answer.
Well, I want to give them a try.
I still don't see the coupon that Fishing and Pickens talking about.
You might have to click on it before to come up.
I did. And it's in my cart now, and I still don't see you.
Maybe it'll pop up. I don't know. When you go to order it, maybe it'll pop up. I know sometimes Amazon's weird about that.
Coupon up there, but I don't see a coupon anywhere.
And Dwayne, look it up so I don't have to.
Fishing and Pickens said pork rinds and RC cola is his weakness.
Pork rinds.
I don't eat pork, but I like pork rinds with hot sauce. And it's got to be the green hot sauce. It can't be the red hot sauce. But Tommy's the culprit for that one. Oh, people aren't happy outside.
It does say save $1 with a coupon.
Where?
Hold on, I gotta find my camera. See that? See where? Oh my gosh, my window's like really. Where that green is?
I don't have that.
That's where it says
I guess I have to go back to the search to see that. Because
he said, Beth go back.
Mine doesn't say that.
Count for the coupon at the top.
You have to do what?
Go to the 60 count for the coupon at the top.
Oh, because I'm not doing the 60. See, whoops.
Yeah. Did Dwayne say anything?
See, I don't see. This is the one we're looking at right here. I don't see a coupon at all. And then when I go to the
oh my gosh, the stupid window.
And then when I go to the screen, there's no coupon either.
He says go back. And then
she doesn't have it.
And then go to
See, I have Prime. Does that make a difference?
I have Prime.
Well, that's the only one that's there.
See, and mine says that if you get 3 bottles of the 60 count, it makes it $10.59 per bottle.
That's a really good price.
Yeah, where do I get
I can get 3 bottles of this for the 1 bottle from It Works.
Wow.
and
Dwayne,
still have a
Okay,
few dollars
maybe
left
I'm on the
over.
wrong seller.
order
we're,
this for us.
we're
Dwayne and I
making
both need to lose weight.
people hungry in chat because Mother's Mustache says, great, now she's hungry for smoked oysters.
Wonder why I don't get what y'all get.
Fishing and picking. Are
Okay,
you on
here's the
phone?
coupon. Found the coupon,
Oh,
but it's only on the 60 count. Now I'm looking to see if I can get that message you're talking about getting 3.
I will be right back. For my coffee.
I was just gonna say you have to pee, don't you?
See right here, I found the coupon right there. See it? That little teeny tiny box right there. But now I'm looking to see where you can get the 3.
If you scroll down, it should give you. Oh my gosh, stop it. It should give you. Oh my gosh, I see I can never show things on camera. I don't know how to do it. I'm trying not to show you my mess that I have going on in this room. It should give you this option.
Time purchase. Oh, is that?
And if you click,
Oh, right
it says
You're
subscribe
talking
to
about this right
save.
here? That's because it's getting a subscription.
Yeah,
As
but
a
you can cancel it at any time.
Oh, okay.
I canceled mine after I did it because I got a 3-month supply of it. Well, technically, I had a 6-month supply of it because I only take one a day instead of 2 a day. So I canceled it. It even says my last order was in January. So I canceled it, but I can pick it back up at any time when I need more, and I still get the discount.
So I want to do the 10% or the 15%. See right here, it says subscribe and save 10% or 15%.
Yeah, I see that. It says you can only save the 15% when you receive 5 or more products.
I don't want that.
No. You want the 10%.
Okay, gotcha.
And then it says skip or cancel anytime. We'll send you a reminder before each delivery. And then you can skip it or you can just cancel it if you're not interested in it anymore.
That's
if you just skip it, you'll do what I
for
did.
a bottle of 60.
Why
That's
is-
awesome.
Right. That's actually cheaper than just getting one bottle for the $1 with a $1 coupon.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm glad I could help somebody today. I feel accomplished.
So we have a new
You're awesome.
person. We have a new person in chat. Their YouTube name is Care Bear, and they are a friend of Robbie's. Thank you for stopping by. Much love.
Hi, Care Bear.
Welcome. And then Miss Norgus R. Darlene is in the chat. I did send you a link if you want to join, Darlene. Let's see, did I miss anybody else? No, I don't think I did. But if I did, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping. My coffee just isn't tasting right, but I can't drink any of the soda that's in the house. It's cheap soda. So, okay, so this week I've had, my kidneys have been driving me nuts. And I figured out yesterday why. I ended up having to go and buy a bunch of cranberry juice to filter out my kidneys because the other day I had a kidney stone and I found out that it was from taking a couple sips of our cheap soda that we bought that was on sale. And so, yeah, and I stopped drinking it, the soda. And then yesterday I took and opened a cream soda and I took 2 sips out of it and the same thing happened.
It's probably all the sugar in it.
I
The
don't
corn
know.
syrup stuff.
I can drink Coca-Cola just fine with no issues. I'm drinking this stuff, or I tried to drink some of this stuff, and my kidneys, it set it on fire. It was horrible.
I know that one day Tommy answered your phone because you were having issues.
Uh-huh.
And I talked to him for like a good 30 minutes before you got to the phone.
Yeah, I was in the process of passing a kidney stone, which I pass kidney stones every day. Just sometimes they're bigger than others, and it takes a little bit longer. Usually at least once a year, I'm hospitalized because I can't pass one. And so it doesn't help that I have a cyst in the middle of my left kidney. And it's a big cyst, and they can't remove it. So that is why I have a lot of kidney stones, because there's no room for it to filter properly. So I end up with kidney stones.
That sounds horrible.
It is horrible. And like coffee and cranberry juice are the two things that I've been having to live on this week. Water even tastes nasty at this time. But it always does when I'm passing a bigger kidney stone than normal. Netflix. Oh, oh, driving me silly.
What are you watching there on Netflix?
Well,
I can't watch TV. I turn it on, I fall asleep.
that's usually what
Not
happens.
joking.
with us.
Every single time I turn it on, I could be watching anything, whether I've seen it before or something new, something I've wanted to watch. I will fall asleep before the opening credits are done with the movie.
If we turn the TV on in the bedroom at night, it's usually we're out. But we've been watching this series on Netflix called Contained, and it is a trippy show. Let's see if I can find a link for it so you guys can check it out. I had to remember.
Such a chatterbox day. She doesn't want to come on camera and say hi, but she wants to talk behind the scenes here.
Hello, little girl, little lady.
Destiny says hi. Well, she can't hear you in there. You got to come in here and say it. You don't have to be on screen. I won't make you. I'm still kind of weird about my kids being on screen anyway. Some people get mad about that, but there's a lot that understand because they probably have kids of their own and they get it.
Oh yeah, I ain't mad.
Considering my 13-year-old looks like when she has makeup on and her hair done, she looks like she's closer to 17. Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, going out with my daughter, she's 21 now. She's going to be 22 in a couple months. But when she was a teenager and, you know, we'd be walking along and there's adult men checking her out. And it's like, seriously, buddy, keep walking. That's just creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem. That's part of my bipolar, I think. Or maybe it's just me being a parent. I'm not sure which one. But if I ever caught somebody that looked like, I don't care if it was somebody my boys' age. She's 13. My oldest is going to be 18 this year. I'd probably not be so nice. Cause I'm really protective. I'm like the mama bear. Like my son that's here, he's 16, and one of his friends was having, I don't remember exactly what kind of, she has mental issues also, but her dad, like, he cares, but he's also got like 7 kids and she's the oldest. So she kind of gets pushed to the side because of the younger ones, which I get it in a way, but you have to pay attention to all your kids, not just the little ones. And he wasn't giving her, I think somebody called her a name or something, and she wears her feelings on her sleeve. And I told her, I said, you have to not let that stuff bother you. People are going to call you names. I've been called like every name in the book, I think, maybe. But certain things, if they were to call me, I would probably be like, thank you. You took time out of your busy schedule to notice. You know, that's just how I am, though. But with her being 15, 16, something like that, she hasn't quite grasped that you can't let everything bother you. You have to let it roll off your shoulders. Because if you let it bother you, it's going to continue to bother you. There's things that I did in high school that, like, if something's triggered and I think about it, I feel so bad about it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago.
No,
But
I
I
hear
still feel bad about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can go to the person and apologize, but what's the chances of that person remembering what I'm even talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, it's been 30 years for me, and I hear you.
Well, actually, next year will be my I'm not going to no high school reunion. I didn't like those people when I was there. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk to them now. I know I can't help Destiny. I have to be honest. I'm not a people person. No matter what you all think, I really am not a people person. Like, if I was to meet you, I don't know Beth. I just actually met her today and all. But if I was to meet one of you two, I would be okay with you guys hugging me. Well, without this junk going on in the world, I'd be okay with that. But certain people, if they try to hug me, I'd probably be like, whoa, you're in my bubble. Because I don't like
me
it.
trying to hug you because I'm an awkward hugger. So if I'm around someone that's a hugger, I can hug them, but I don't like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not normally
I
a
have to
hugger.
know you before I can give you a hug. Like, I've had to
And
talk
out
to you
of,
for a little bit before I could go and just walk up and give you a hug.
right.
My daughter, on the other hand, she will go up and give complete strangers hugs because, and a lot of times it's because she can tell if that person's had a bad day or something, and it brightens their day. And they're like, oh, thank you, and she's so sweet and, stuff like that. She made my day. And I mean, not that she goes up and just randomly hugs everybody. They have to look like they've had a bad day.
Heck,
My
I'm
friends, like the few friends I have around here, I don't, my circle is very small. Like, I have my family, and half of them I don't even talk to. But like my kids, my fiance, my parents, a few of my cousins, my sister, and my grandparents. That's my circle of family. And when it comes to my friends, I have 3. I think that might be wrong. It might only be 2.
Hey, you've got me
But
beat at this point.
I don't talk to them. Yesterday was the first time I talked to my friend that I met when she moved in downstairs. She's been out of here for over a month, and yesterday was the first time I've talked to her since she moved out. And that was just me telling her that I have her money for her because she let me buy her washer from her. She's got like a little apartment-sized washer hooks up to your sink. And I told her, I said, I have your money for you, but I'm too scared to leave my house to bring it to you. And she lives like 5 minutes down the road. And she's like, it's okay. But people on YouTube, I would have to say Destiny is the only one that actually knows, because she's the only one I really talk to on a daily basis. She's the only one that actually knows me, not on screen, because I'm more blunt with my words when there's not a camera in my face.
Me behind the scenes. And Hot Mess is definitely her name.
I told you. See, now you get it. Like, I tell everybody all the time, the reason I picked Hot Mess is because that's exactly me.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
And I don't try to pretend to be anybody else. I'm me. You either love me or you hate me, and I don't care either way.
It's
just how it is. Just how it is.
Welcome, Kim A. She says, hello, Shamrock, Pixie, hello, panel, and chat. Welcome, welcome. And Darlene is giving us all a heads up. Nargisar, she is a hugger. And she said, sorry, ladies. Like, I know you, Darlene. So that is completely different. Completely different.
You know, like I said, if I'm around a hugger, then I can hug. But if I'm around someone who's not a hugger, then I don't like try to initiate hugs.
I would rather do a fist bump, an elbow bump, a high five, you know, like that I can do.
I'm hoping the new normal is not having to touch anyone's clammy hand ever again in a handshake. That sounds awesome to me.
You know, me and my kids, I don't know. I'm not really a germaphobe. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. There's certain things that do bother me. But when it comes to my kids, they're my kids. So it's nothing really gets to me. But even when they were little, you know, like the hugs and the high fives, they would always be like, give me some elbow for an elbow bump or a fist bump. They've always been like that. I'm sure I've taught them that. There was one time when Finding Nemo came out, we would do the noggin until my 16-year-old, he was like 3 at the time, and he's like, noggin, bam. So I kind of quit at that.
Yeah, Joey did that once and broke my nose.
He would always hit me in the forehead, and it was like instant migraine.
Yeah, I mean, he was really, really, really little, and you know how they rock? Like kids tend to rock sometimes. Well,
when they rock back and
got
forth.
into rocking, and he went bam and broke the nose. And then Jasmine, she broke my nose at one time from doing that too. You think I would have learned from the first child? Nope, I did not. Yeah, so
Heather is mothership
from the kids.
Mothership prod, whatever it says. You know, that person, that's your husband, right?
Yes, that is great.
Sometimes she doesn't claim
so.
him.
Yeah, that's the man that pays the bills and I go to sleep next to every night. So, you know, we keep him around.
Well, I wasn't sure because I know his name's. Hold on, don't tell me.
Oh,
Dwayne.
sorry.
That's it. I knew it was. I knew it was. Bleh.
No.
Sorry, I got excited because I actually knew somebody's actual name and who he was.
No, let's see. It's April. Oh, crap. Oh, I suck at dates. Dwayne knows this. Here, let me go to my YouTube. So he'll say, okay, 4/20. Was it? I always say we met on the 27th, and he says we met on the 28th, or is it the other way? I don't know. I just go with what. Anyway, at the end of this month, Dwayne and I have known each other for 24 years. So.
Wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
And yeah. You know,
I have to use a
24 years.
calculator to figure out mine. Mine's 41 years.
So Dwayne said 4/27/1996.
Yes. Yep, that's when we met.
And then I've known my fiance since, okay, well, I don't know if you can really count it because back in high school, I used to hide from him. God, I had such a mad crush on him. It was so funny. Thinking back, it cracks me up. I can't help it because I was such like a teenager. Of course, I was a teenager, but I acted like a teenage girl. But every time he'd walk by in the hall, like to the point where I would like hide in the locker so he couldn't see me.
That's really bad.
Like, I hid behind a trash can. I would hide behind my friends, like anything. But I like peek over my friend's shoulder, like checking him out as he walked by. But we've only been like, that was August of 97. That was my freshman year of high school. And then we got together. Oh God, I don't even remember now. It was August 16th. 2014, I think. Gosh, something like that. So I found it really weird that from 97 all the way up, I didn't have any communication with him. I'd always hide. And then after high school, like, there was no communication at all, not even like checking him out as he walked by. And I can't remember who sent a friend request to who on Facebook. My kids were a lot younger, so they used to say that we started dating through Facebook, didn't realize we went to school together. And he had posted lyrics to, I believe it's a Shinedown song. And it said like he needed somebody to talk to. And it really did. some of the rock music is kind of depressing when you break it down to words. So me being the person I am, I send him a private message. I'm like, hey, if you ever want to talk, I'll listen, thinking that he was going through something. Turns out it's just music, and 7 years later, and here we are. It's just, it's kind of, I don't want to say weird, but it amazes me how things work out. Like, I was this shy 15-year-old girl that would stuff herself in a locker just so he couldn't see me, to we share a home. Like, we've been together for almost 7 years now. It just amazes me how things work out like that.
Yeah. Tommy and I met on meetme.com, which used to be myyearbook.com, where you could meet up with people you went to school with. Never knew that they switched it over on me because I was still logging in under myyearbook.com. I used to play the games that were on there, and yeah, it turned into a dating site in the 2 years that I wasn't on it. I was surprised I could get back into it, but yeah, so that's how Tommy and I met. But real quick, Kim A, today is her daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to Kim A's daughter. She's 20 today. Now she has 2 kids in her 20s, or in their 20s. My son will be 18 in September, and my youngest 2 will be 11 and 12 in June. She says she feels very old, or she feels so old. And then Mother's Mustache said, sorry, it froze for almost 5 minutes. Realized I should hoe out and come back.
No,
Which he honestly meant go out, but it was awesome. That cracked me up. And then Kim A said,
I love typos. I can't help it. Thank you. A lot of people like me, I think. There's some haters, but, I don't care.
This July, all 3 of my kids will be in their 20s.
I realized the other day that in October, all of my kids will be teenagers. And I'm scared.
You should be. You should be very scared.
Yeah, I'm already dealing with the 12-year-old little girl that thinks that she is the queen of the house, and I am scared when she hits 13. Love her to death. Yeah. But I'm scared.
Our 12-year-olds are 2 different people, but they're so similar at the same time.
They're silly. But
just like,
go ahead.
How old is Joey? Is he 14? Him and the stuff that he does that we've talked about, like in the last month or so, reminds me a lot of my 16-year-old and the stuff he does. I swear our kids are somehow related. Maybe. They're too similar. I mean, it's 2020. Things possible, right?
It would be something. Real quick, I just saw that somebody said they got a new dog.
Yeah, but their other dog is now ignoring them, unfortunately.
Aww.
Yeah.
I have birds and a cat, okay? And I got Mr. Pickles first, and then we got Remy next, and Mr. Pickles was not happy that I brought another bird in the house, but he was happy at the same time because then we would leave him alone. So he can hang out with Mr. Remy. And now we have Kaplan too, so yeah.
I had that same problem when I originally, my pet started out with 1 guinea pig.
Okay.
This girl I went to school with, I wasn't friends with her on Facebook, but somebody that I was friends shared a post that she had about, if somebody doesn't take these 2 guinea pigs, I'm going to let them go outside. Well, it's January. In January in Missouri, it's pretty cold outside. You're lucky, right? You're lucky if you have above freezing in January, and I could take it. I am an animal lover. I just like some of them further away. So I'm like, if you can bring them to me, I will take them. Of course, I talked to my fiance first. because that's how we work. And I gave him a sad story about her letting them go outside, and they're going to become like some hawk food or an eagle food. Something is going to eat them. And he goes, if they don't die from the cold. That's what his response was. And I said, I'll take care of them. You know, I'll clean their cages out. I'll make sure that they have what they need every day. And he's like, okay, that's fine. You know, I pretty much did that already, but he's like, that's fine. He goes, I would rather him be with us than be out in the cold and die. Now, her boyfriend or whatever brought him over. He was rude. He's like, she shouldn't have got these animals anyway because she never takes care of anything. That's not my problem. I offered to take them. I don't need to hear your sob story, whatever. I kind of figured that out myself. So I have him. The single guinea pig that was by himself was not happy. Like, he stopped eating. They weren't even in the same room, but he stopped eating. He stopped drinking. Anytime you would talk to him, he would turn his back and put his face in the corner away from you, so he couldn't see you. Like, he adjusted, but we never put them all together. I was always afraid to, because I've seen on YouTube how guinea pigs fight, and their only defense is biting, and I've seen those teeth. I could just imagine what could happen, and I didn't want to see that. Right. So we never really let them loose together. But when we put them side by side, the female guinea pig and my single guinea pig were like nose to nose, like sniffing each other, and they were just chirping and chirping and talking, like they were talking to each other. And I remember that's when court made me go to a psychiatrist. Anyway, and I was talking to the psychiatrist about the guinea pigs talking. Well, he thought I meant like the guinea pigs were speaking English to each other and thought that I was a real wet job. And I'm like, okay, for one, they're not really talking to each other. I know I said that word again. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's too funny. I'm sorry.
But, you know, he's looking and he goes, maybe we need to change your medicine. I'm like, I'm not on medication. I told you I'm not taking it. And they're not really talking to each other. They're chirping and purring at each other. I'm not freaking crazy here. And he goes, oh, I thought you meant like they were like, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm like, no. Gosh. But it was really fun. It turned out to be a really fun story to tell people because the doctor really thought I lost my mind.
Yeah, I've seen doctors like that before. So real quick, Crystal says that her kiddo turned 13, but he thinks he's 21. Yep. That sounds about right. When Jasmine was 12, she thought she was the head of the house, and yeah, she's learned real quick that that's not how it goes, but sometimes she still gets sassy. Darlene says all of her kids are in their 30s, and she is about to be a great grandmother. What?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Congratulations. Hopefully. Hopefully everything goes good. I'm trying to, okay, so it jumped on me again.
Destiny, I gotta go check on my mother-in-law.
All right.
Love
Thank you. Much love, my dear.
Nice to meet you, Amy. Good to see you, Heather. Everyone have a great day.
Nice to meet you.
Everything's good with your mother-in-law.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Let's see. Mother's Mustache said, my youngest is 13. He doesn't remember I exist until he smells meals cooking. Yeah. See, we limit our kids on their tablets and electronic time. And so we had a contest for the kids this week, and they had, let's see, from 10 till 5. That was the timeline we gave them, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we had our extra TV. Now that we have the big one, we had our old TV sitting over by the fish tank, and we needed it moved, and we didn't know where to put it. So we came up with, Tommy came up with, whoever could get their room the cleanest would win the TV and the stand. I don't think my kids' bedrooms have ever been so clean. So it was a hard toss-up on who won. But Joey ended up getting it in his room, and Jaslyn's getting a different TV. She wants a smaller TV with her Roku box. So she won the Roku box. Joseph won the TV and TV stand. So, I mean, but I'm telling you, I've never seen these kids' rooms so clean. Probably not a good thing to bribe them to clean their rooms with electronics, but it worked.
Sometimes I would tell my kids that they could have, I'll give $20 to clean it. No, I'm going to take stuff away. You know, the stuff I have downstairs, stuffed animals, toys, blankets, I don't even know what I have downstairs, upstairs. But that's for me going in there with the trash bag and filling it up. They don't. And it's not they. It's the youngest one. She lets to drag stuff out and then not put it away. Because right now, I can guarantee there's Barbies in her floor, and my 13-year-old does not play with toys anymore. So I'm like, they've been here less than 24 hours, and I guarantee half her Barbies are everywhere, along with her makeup and clothes and shoes and God knows what else. I can bribe them with anything, and she's not going to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I hear you.
She's like me. She's stubborn. I didn't.
Yeah, Beth said that her third grandchild is due May 4th. She's afraid I will miss it because of stay-at-home order. They're just 20 minutes down the road. Oh, I hope she's able to be there. Wow.
There's a lot of that going around. My cousin and his wife, they just had a baby. I want to say the beginning of this month, the end of last month. Yeah, that's how much I keep up with family. I don't even know. And he couldn't even be in the room, the delivery room. Yeah. It could only be the doctors, the nurses, and her. And I had asked him, I'm like, is she okay? Is she like a high risk? Because I know sometimes they do that because of that reason. And he goes, well, I don't know. It's her first baby. I'm like, okay. So I started asking him questions like blood pressure and so on and so forth. And he goes, no, all that's been fine. And he goes, well, I do live in St. Louis, and they do have a lot of things. Because that time, we had things that were closed down here, but not as extent as they do up there. Because like the bars and the restaurants and everything, they were still open in this county. But right. I didn't realize in St. Louis that there was, the restaurants, yeah, bars, not so much. And they were only doing like takeout orders or drive-through orders. They weren't doing anything else. And I didn't realize that because I don't live in the city. But he's like, I think that has a lot to do with it. I'm like, this stupid virus is just putting a damper on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I've been so annoyed lately, is because I'm a stay-at-home person anyway. But when you tell me to do something, it makes me want to do the opposite that much more. And I don't have anywhere to go. But like the day that it was 92 degrees, I would have loved to go into the zoo. My fiance was off work. The kids were here. Well, one of the kids here. We could have went to the zoo and got some fresh air and exercise. But no, it's not open.
Yeah. And
all of everything's been closed down.
That's here too.
You can't even go to the dog park and walk around, or any park at all. Any city park, no matter where you are in Missouri, if you get caught, first time you'll get a warning, they'll tell you to leave. The second time if you get caught, that's $1,000 fine.
Holy cow.
Right. They're not playing. Even though our governor of this state, we'll say he's a real piece of work, to be nice. Yeah. I don't even follow politics that much, but from what I've gathered from the articles that have been about him, like he took, when was it that we went on the first stay-at-home advisory? It wasn't even an order.
It was the end of March, wasn't it? I think I was going to say March 27th or 28th.
Something like that. And then, like, He said that Kansas City and St. Louis, they were calling out school for the rest of the year. But just recently, which this bums me out because my oldest is a senior. So therefore, the whole walking across the stage and getting his diploma may not. I don't even know at this point what's going on. So, I mean, that bums me out because, like technically 15 years of school, and what he's worked for so hard to get, he's not going to be able to enjoy it like he's supposed to. Because along with graduation being canceled, project prom itself, any other school functions, it's like the last day of school, they usually have like an ice cream truck comes, they have like a bunch of water games, they like tug of war. There's a bunch of things they can win a bunch of prizes. They can't even do that.
Yeah, I remember we had almost like a carnival at the end of every year. And
it's pretty much like that, except they don't have the carnival rides. It's
right.
The slide or the bouncy house. I don't know about high school having a bouncy house. You never know.
You never know.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, I might break my hip or something, but I'd be okay with that.
Real quick, I wanted to address something in chat. So yes, when you hit the 3 buttons, there is no longer the go to their channel link on there, and it's because of grow channels or sub to sub channels. So grow channels are sub to sub channels. They YouTube removed that feature because of those specific things, and now you have to go and look people up the old-fashioned way. And so if you're doing your hashtags and doing the stuff that you need to do for your channel, it'll be easier to find. But unfortunately, I'm still learning personally how to do all that stuff. And so in our chat, if you go and get your own link and you drop it into chat so we can show love to each other, that is perfectly all right with me. But sub for sub is not welcome here, and I am not a grow channel. So if you're going to support each other, please do. If not, please do not turn it into a sub for sub thing, if that makes sense. Whoa. The wind is picked up. But that is why they removed it. Now I can't think of what the heck it's called. Go to the channel or something like that used to be with the 3 dots. Let's see.
I've been like that for a few weeks now.
It started, I noticed it last week, and I know 2 weeks ago, I believe, is when they sent out the email. I can't find my email that I had because I was going to bring it up and I was going to read it and show everybody, and I can't find it. I deleted it, not on purpose, but by accident, I deleted it. So, yeah, it's sad, because it's so much easier to just click the 3 dots and go to their channel and show love.
Or like on the phone, like just click on their name. It won't even let you do that.
Mm-mm.
You actually have to go to their link and
Yep.
Well, sometimes it's a little hectic because being on a phone, I learned yesterday how to copy it into chat. But before, I'm like, I don't even know how to do. Me and technology are not friends. There's been things that I've had to ask others.
Hello.
I gotta plug my phone in. You might see my ceiling.
Just want to make sure I get that. Get him welcomed.
I've talked to that person, but I can't remember what their real name is.
That is so me. Stuff like that takes a while to stick.
He was live with us a couple weeks ago. He was live when we were talking about the mushrooms.
Yes, that was awesome. That's weird.
Well, I learned something completely different, something completely new.
Mhm.
And I went and watched that show that he was talking, or what you guys were talking about. And I was just like, oh, wow. Like it blew my mind. It really did. So if that ever gets, to where it's a treatment here, I would so try it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
works.
I gotta find me some shrooms, man.
It's in a controlled
Be careful
environment.
with that. You might get the magic ones.
Well, they're using okay, Tiger, how did you explain it? If you can put it in chat again. Yeah, it's in a controlled environment, and it's supposed to help with your anxiety and dealing with things that trigger your mental health. And so, but it's over in, now I can't, that's been a couple weeks since I've seen it. When was it? It's not in the United States as of yet. However you say this, I'm horrible. Is that psychedelic treatment? Is that what he's saying? But yeah, they're using it in a controlled area to help with overcoming things that you've dealt with that would trigger mental health, like anxiety and stuff like that, abuse, all that kind of stuff. And it looks like it's working. So hopefully it'll become legal here, and people can get help with that. Heather, are you still writing your book?
I just started working on my story the day before yesterday. So we'll see. I've started many short stories. I've actually finished 2.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was feeling a little stressed.
Sorry, I have rude neighbors if you guys heard that.
Oh, no.
No, didn't hear nothing.
Along
It sounded like they were coming through the wall at me.
I'm not creative when I'm feeling stressed out, but I never felt like I was uncontrollably that word, stressed out, but just the overall concern for the well-being of the world. And so it's kind of hard to tap into other emotions when you just are hoping that everybody in your life is, and as well as everybody else in the world, going to be okay. But I guess I've gotten used to it because I've been able to think about some ideas again, worked on some craft projects.
That's awesome. The book that I've been trying to rewrite, I should say. I think my muse went on strike. So,
Yeah.
She's totally ignoring me, and it's not nice. And so I can so relate with that. But I'm really proud that you were able to get 2 done. That's awesome.
Well, thank you. Like I said, they're just short stories, but yeah, I'm happy that I've gotten 2 done now. Like I said, working on yet another. I don't even know how many I've started. I couldn't even count. But I hang on to them and sometimes, use the ideas that I thought about in those and try them out in a different story. So we'll see what happens. But no, I've been working on learning how to make wind chimes out of jewelry pieces.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And yeah, I have one that I'm proud of. And then I've painted a couple of birdhouses and been painting some other drawers that I have, just these single drawers that I keep my acrylic paint in. Those haven't done anything. I have not impressed myself with those, but I didn't buy the drawers, and it's just old craft paint, so I'm not out anything, But
That's how, when I was doing my daughter's dresser, she's a big fan of Riverdale. So I went on Amazon and I just found regular stickers. Some of them are like Archie comics. Some of them was really from Riverdale. And she didn't care. Like, she just wanted it decorated in that way. And the only paint that I could actually afford was just regular spray paint. So instead of doing it like solid colors, I painted it white just to give it a fresh, like the fresh coat on it. And then I took the spray paint and I would spray it, like the blue I sprayed on just a regular foam brush and kind of like dabbed it all over. But when I did I can't say this word, the drawers, whatever, however you say that stupid word, I took a sponge and I like made it, my English, like I was born here and raised here, but my English, sometimes it just doesn't come out right.
You're still working on that, huh? I hear you.
There's certain words that if I think too hard about, I can't say them.
I'm right there with you.
And like linoleum, I have to say it like that because if I try to say it fast, it comes out linoleum.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. I say worldwide because I can't say the other one that means the same thing.
There's a word. Hey, Ellie, come here.
Global?
I'm going to have her tell you because I can't say it. No matter how hard I try, it doesn't come out.
Say global?
Yeah, I can't say that word.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's
Say the
really
word that
funny.
I can't say. I think I heard you say it again.
Literally.
Did you hear?
You know what?
I can't say
If there is an R, if there's a word with an R and an L in it together, I have to think about it as I say it.
I always say literally.
And
Or I say literally because I can't. It just rolls out.
I was in speech therapy as a kid, and there's some words that I've just never fully mastered without having to give them thought first.
Yeah, I can say shoulder now. I couldn't say that before.
And that's an R and an L there, yeah.
But I can say that word. But some words I'm just like, you know what I'm trying to say. Stop laughing at me.
Yeah, I tried it because I can't say certain words and I get laughed at when I try. I try to find a word that represents the same thing that's easier to say.
Oh, that was okay. I saw a meme. It was definition of synonym, word that means the same thing as what you want, but you know, or a word that, what is that? A word with the same definition, but you know how to spell it. It was something like, I like that is so me. Because yeah, spelling is not my thing. It's never come easily for me. Dwayne is, if I stump the spell check, then I ask Dwayne.
Yeah, I do the same with Tommy.
There was a certain word that I tried to use spell check.
Oh, I can
remember
stump
now.
the spell check. It's hilarious.
I couldn't even get it close enough to where spell check would pick it up. I can't remember what it was now.
I stumped Google so much. I can't even remember what I was trying to find out, but it came up symptoms of herpes. And that or another time it like brought up a screen that wasn't even in English because I am awesome at slaughtering words, saying them, spelling them.
You know, they say Google's always good when you need to know something. But, like, say lately, I had a major sinus infection going on. I'm not going to go into details. We'll just say a major sinus infection and things were happening. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to die from this.
Green snot?
And no, like I could smell the infection.
Oh, that's bad. That's real bad.
I gave Destiny a little bit more details, so she knows what I'm talking about. So I look up the symptoms, and I'm going to probably die of nose cancer in the next 6 years. Like, I just want to know what I need to do to fix this problem, because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't Like, I could put my shirt up to my nose. I can't smell, like, nothing. Even if I stink, I can't smell it because everything smells the same. We have wax burning in our wax melts. Can't smell it. I spray air freshener. I can't, and it's Febreze, so you know it's strong. I can't smell it. I've done, like, everything. Well, last night I went through the whole bit to, like, flush out my sinus cavity, and I can smell the wax. I was in the living room, and our guinea pig is in the bedroom along with everything that she needs, like her food, her hay, all that. I could smell the hay. I was so amazed because it's been like 2 weeks since I've been able to smell anything right. And the kids are laughing at me. They're like, so you smell the guinea pig hay, whatever. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I walked outside and I could smell the rain, which is one of my favorite things ever. And just like, I can smell again. They're looking at it like I've lost my marbles, but they don't understand.
We were talking about that this morning. And
I could smell coffee. I was so excited because I could smell coffee.
And I can relate because last year when they removed the polyp from my sinus cavity, almost 2 years I went with it where I couldn't smell anything. Like, it didn't smell right. And they were like, oh, your sense of smell may diminish, all those weird side effects that possibly could happen, after having surgery like that. And the first thing I smelled was coffee, and I hadn't smelled it in so long that I was so happy for the smell of coffee. It was the little things in life that make us happy.
Right.
Although sometimes life with a man, you figure you're better off if you didn't have a sense of smell.
I agree.
Teenage boys.
Mm.
I think my fiance might top on certain aspects of that. He may top them. Now, when it comes to, like, hygiene, he's great at that. When it comes to my teenage boys and hygiene, opposite. Like, I have to say, if you don't take a shower, I'm going to dump the soap over your head. Or I'm going to pick you up and just sit you in the bathtub full of water, clothes and all. I don't care because it gets that bad.
Does anybody else struggle with this? We literally had to take away Joey's body spray because he thought that if he sprayed it in his room, that it would make the smell go away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to the point where, so I have asthma, but I haven't had any issues since we were down in Vegas and we came back.
You're so lucky.
Where that every time he would do that, I couldn't breathe more and more. And like, it was starting to like aggravate my asthma, which I'm thankful that when we were down there, it did whatever it needed to do. And I haven't had an asthma attack since. But the spray, how many other people have boys that did that? Because I am telling you.
Where they spray it so much, you can taste it.
Yeah. And so they have these little grates in the ceiling. That's where the heat goes up. But because they sprayed it so much, it came whiffing down these grates. And like my whole house smelled like it. So we ended up having to take it away from him because he was doing that. And Tommy said, Joseph, he's like, your room still smells like a teenage boy. That is not going to cover it up.
It almost smells like a locker room.
Nasty.
Sessions, I flat out tell my son, go wash your ass and don't forget the.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I tell my 16-year-old that when you take a shower, make sure to use shampoo on your hair, the body wash on your body. He goes, I do. But when he washes his body, I never once see him take a wash rag. So I think he's just dumping the soap in his hand and like rubbing, which doesn't, like me doing the skincare business, I've learned wash rags are not the best, but you need something to break up the dead skin cells that are laying on your skin everywhere.
We have those little puffball scrubby things.
Yeah, he doesn't use that either.
Color. What's that?
Oh, the loofahs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't use that either. I seriously think he uses his hand to wash his body with. And that's not rough enough to break the dead skin loose to wash it away, which is what holds the stinky smells.
The stink.
Mm.
Sonia
I told him yesterday.
Sonia says she tells her son don't talk to her until he's had a shower.
Yeah. No, my sons are polar opposites. My oldest, all of his smells have to go together, and which he got that from his father. It's so funny the way he's like him, but and then my youngest, it's like, do you even know the last time you bathed? Because I don't. And I'm waiting for that hygiene switch to turn on. I remember when it happened with my other two kids, and it was like, thank you. Although, if Natalie is looking kind of nasty, you know, her bipolar is not being managed. Because when she was a teenager, I remember I'm like, Natalie, when did you shower last? She's like, shut up. I'm like, oh, so you're not doing so well. I take it.
You know, I've learned. Wow, I hear myself. Oh, I think my volume's too loud now. All of a sudden.
Oh.
I have learned since I started this skincare business that I probably take better care of myself now. I never used. Like when I would wash my face, I would seriously just use a warm wash rag and wipe my face off.
You know, something funny that. Continue.
But since I've started the business, like I still have my days where I have to like force myself to shower because the bipolar is really setting in that day. But for the most part, like I try to shower at least every other day. Since I've started doing this business, like I could shower every day and use a different scent every single day.
That's great.
And I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you're going to have to give me information on it. I want to learn more about it.
We're friends on Facebook.
And
so if you, I think we're friends on Facebook. So I can always send you a message that way. That's the easiest for me.
Sonia says that, you know, my son's only 11 and my only boy, and I've never, I think she's smelt anything worse.
Oh, yeah. My youngest, he can step out of the shower and still stink.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, my bipolar has never affected my my hygiene. I don't know why. I think I just have a strong whatever for that. But too, like as far as taking care of my face, you know, the whole thing, I guess it was just a mandatory thing growing up with, you know, with my mother, because I've been using cleanser since puberty. And
I never did. I'm opposite.
Yeah, you know, the cleanser, the moisturizer, the washing the makeup off at the end of the day. I don't wear makeup real often. But, yeah, like I said, I think it was just something that my mother instilled in me and my sisters. And so I didn't realize, because when someone had told me or asked me one time, you know, when I started my whole facial regimen, I'm like, always? And I had never given any thought, you know, those things that you're just exposed to that you do and you don't think about it and then you get talking to someone else. I'm like, But so hopefully it holds off the wrinkles. That's what I'm hoping for.
So Tiger said, usually it's girls that get a guy to groom themselves. Speaking of, so my son, he's 14. The girl down the street, which is my daughter's best friend, has a huge crush on him. So they doing, you know, like the letters, do you still like me? My son, I love him to death. You know, he started grooming himself and everything. And, well, let's just say, because he gets himself grounded a lot. And so, you know, no girl's going to want to hang out with somebody who can't hang out. Well, he said, they hadn't seen each other for a little bit. And so she wrote a letter to him asking, and I probably shouldn't be saying this out loud. I don't care. It's funny as heck. So she writes, do you still like me? And what does my son do? He writes back, yes, I still like you, but I just want to be friends. And you should have seen the look on that poor girl's face. You know what his thought was? It's because he didn't want to shower. That's why he did it.
Yeah, that's what I remember telling my boys. I'm like, you're never gonna get a girlfriend if you don't shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I remember telling him, I'm like, you can't ever kiss a girl if you don't brush your teeth.
Right?
I think that's the only time my son showers is when he knows he's going to a girl's house. And I'm like, you know, go and being around your friends. He's got an issue. I don't know what it's called, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But he's got some kind of skin issue where, like, when he sweats, his hair smells like a wet dog. I don't know exactly what they call it, but if he doesn't take care of himself, it's not like nauseating.
I thought that was just a boy thing because that's the same thing that we're dealing with my son. Okay. And it was so bad. We ended up going and buying, you know, that the antibacterial hand soap.
Mm-hmm.
We went and bought that for him, and that's the only thing he can use because he was using that, what is it? Some body wash stuff. I think it was Old Spice body wash. Let me tell you, it didn't help him. So we went and made him, we bought him a big container of the antibacterial hand soap, and that's what he had to use until he learned that he needed to, do it in... Oh, let me tell you, boys stink. Jaslyn has smelly feet. She has very bad smelly feet, but the girl doesn't stink. And
just her feet.
Just her feet.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
You walk by my son, and it's like, shower.
Yeah.
There's times when I've walked by him, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I am so glad to know that I am not the only one with a stinky kid. But no, that's a great idea about the antibacterial. I'm going to have to get some of that for my son. You know, another thing was, what were you going to say?
When I started this skincare stuff.
Size, and it lasts forever. You know, they only need so much on their little scrubby, and so.
True. I started making him use hold on, I know the word. A charcoal soap because it detoxes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another, I don't know how to explain that one. It's not a direct sales business. It's more like a shop club online for cleaners, hygiene. Anyway, it's an all natural thing. If you know about that, we can talk about that later. But there's a soap that they have that, with it being 100% natural, it is, both of the businesses have helped with the stinky feet. There's a body mask that has charcoal in it. I made my 12-year-old. We'd have to stick our shoes outside, and you could still smell them because they were going to walk off on their own. It was so bad. And then I started getting the charcoal soap because it's one of the only soaps that you can, if you have the patience for it, you can wash your hair with it. I don't necessarily wash my hair. I just try to do the scalp part to help with the dryness and stuff. But you can also wash from your hair to your feet, and it helps a lot. I don't make him use it on his hair, but there are times when I'm like, use the black bar of soap, because I know it's the only one, and it's obviously it's a gender neutral soap. It smells more manly, but
it cleans
pretty much.
Right.
And then when he started using that, I've noticed he refuses to use deodorant. I give up. Stink all you want, whatever. Just go wash yourself. I don't care about the rest.
Yeah,
but
we catch Joseph.
It helps a lot.
We usually catch Joseph over at the grocery store. where he hasn't washed correctly, or he forgot to put deodorant on. And yeah, I saw in here. So Dapper Kitty's name, or Kitty, oh Lord. Dapper Tiger's name is Sam. Holy cow.
Sam.
Outright.
There's
Holy
just
cow.
too many new ones all at once. I can't keep their name straight.
Yeah, and sorry, Sam. Sorry. Real quick, Sonia said that she thought her girls were bad, but no, boys smell worse than girls when they hit puberty. I am learning that. And then Sam said, anytime my roommate showered or cleaned their rooms, we knew he had a date. That is awesome. Okay, hold on. I did see something in here I wanted to address about the antibacterial soap. Let's see. Something about, let's see. Okay, so I guess you don't want to use too much of the antibacterial soap, and that's why we don't, we just tell him put a little bit on his scrubby. That way, we don't want it to dry his skin out. We just want the smell to like be absorbed and washed away and get all that icky stuff out. Hi, Key Lime Kisses. I am sorry I did not see you. It's been one of those days. I apologize, but welcome, welcome. Yes, Sam, I'm sorry. I don't know why that came out like that. I apologize. Oh, Lordy. We've been on for over 2 hours. I think it's time for me to go head out and get the rest of the stuff we need to get done this week. Well, today. I was going to work with power tools last week or the week before, but our weather has been horrible. But I'm going to try to hopefully be able to do that today. I got to make my flower.
Your weather's been more crazy than our weather.
I know
we didn't get snow.
Yeah, we had, so I have videos up of where it was snowing, it was warm out, it was windy, and the sun was out. I mean, it was crazy.
That's Utah weather.
Yeah, I've never experienced that before in Wisconsin, and I've been here since I was 11, well, almost 11 years old. So I'm telling you, it's. Then we went, I'm still working on the video from by the lake. We literally, like every 5 minutes, we were going from sun, clear, to snow and icky. And then 5 minutes down the road, it was snow, sun. Like, it was weird. It was very weird. Yeah, Keelan, it is. Boys need to keep themselves very clean. Just like girls need to keep themselves very clean. So
if you want
teach them that hygiene is important, but I think it just kind of goes like in one ear, not the other.
And the older that they get, hopefully the more they'll be like, oh, well, I guess mom and dad were right. I know when I'm feeling like with my mental health is all out of whack, I spend a lot of time in the shower scrubbing. Like I take a lot of showers during the day, and I don't know. Yeah, it triggers like I don't feel clean, so I'm in there scrubbing, and then I'll get out of the shower and I'll dry off and I'll
so
get.
I'm not the only one that does that.
What's that?
I'll use like a body scrub. Well, first I'll wash my skin, and then I'll use a body scrub, and then I'll use like a scented soap that I actually really like. And then sometimes I'll even use another soap on top of that. And then when I get out, I use like 4 different body. I don't know why, but I use like 4 different body lotions because I like the combination of all 4 together.
You see, and that's the thing. Like for me, it's so my mental health has been like a roller coaster ride since all this stuff happened with the stay-at-home orders and stuff like that. Now, the suicidal ideation that I was experiencing with the medication that they gave me has finally subsided, but I haven't taken the medication. and it took a little bit for me to get out of it. And I'm still waiting for them to call me back from the doctor's office, and I've called and left messages. They're supposed to call, but I know I need to be on something, but I do not like the fact that medication, like, it worked great for the first couple months, and then all of a sudden, bam, I was having just those weird dreams, and then I just felt like everything and everyone was better off without me being here, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And so I removed myself from the medication, and now I just need to wait for them to call me back so they can put me on something else, or I can try something else. But I now know what it's like to have that going on and not being able to control it. So I don't want to say I'm thankful for experiencing it, but I feel like because I've experienced it, I understand it better than I did before.
Sure.
And so it's very much just crazy. And I know our topics kind of jump here and there and everywhere. And I'm thankful that everybody has, stopped and said hi and hung out with us. Chat is going crazy. I'm tongue twisting names and stuff. And again, I'm sorry, Sam. That'll just be your nickname for me. Anyway, if you guys are feeling suicidal, the suicide hotline their phone number is down in the chat. If you need to talk to anybody, you feel alone, please know that you are not alone. We are here. We experience things. This is a safe place. You are more than welcome to open up. This is your safe zone. And that's what I want people to understand. We do not judge here. If there's any type of judgment, that person will be removed. They won't be able to do anything to harm anybody. If you need me or anything like that, my email's down below. If you need Tommy, if you need Heather, if you need Amy, just hit us up. That's what we're here for. We're here to support each other and to be there. And I hope this is helping everybody. I know it helps me doing these Saturdays. I got to schedule out more now. I just realized this morning that I thought I had more scheduled out, but I didn't. So I got to work on that. But this is helping me through each week. And I'm hoping that what we talk about, that helps you guys as well. This is an open panel, and everybody is welcome. I do drop the link from time to time in the chat for anybody who'd like to join. And this is all for people that are watching later. And so with that, thank you everybody so much for joining us. We're going to actually head out almost 2.5 hours on, and I still have to go check on my daughter. With that, much love, everybody. Thank you for joining. Did you guys want to say anything before we head out?
Don't give up on hoping that your sons will start to bathe. I still tell myself, one of these days.
I'm with you on that one. One of these days he'll do it more. Sometimes I don't have to fight him. I just say go take a shower, he'll go do it. So that's a plus. I like those days.
Right.
I really like the days I don't have to tell him to and he just does it on his own. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's a magical day, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something on chat real quick. I want to. Okay, so here on Kisses, I have a serious question. How do you get someone to seek medical help when you are pretty sure they are bipolar but refuse to?
I haven't figured that one out myself. My daughter, I would like her to be doing more to manage her mental health. The journey, it never ends, and it changes as the years go by.
And everyone's different.
I still struggle, and I'm wondering with my daughter, my greatest fear is her just hitting rock bottom, but that's what it might take for her.
That's what it took for me. Like, honestly, I hit rock bottom. I turned to drugs. I turned to alcohol. Anytime the doctor would prescribe me any kind of medication, hence is why I'm not on medication like that. But like, he would give me Xanax. Well, obviously
That
you can get addicted to them. And I could not, like 3 times a day. Okay, no, 3 times at once, or 3 pills at once. Yeah, that was it. And then I sleep and sleep. And finally I got off of all of it and started, haven't done it my whole life, like the last 7 years since I've been with my fiance. And it really drives me nuts when people say that he changed me because they make it sound like a negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it was, he stood beside me and kind of nudged me in the right direction. But I did the work. Like, there's still times, not so much, well, kind of lately, kind of not so much lately, but I'm not here alone. I have my son here. But there's been times that I'm mad because he's at work. Why are you at work? You should be here with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, like, I don't really act upon it now. I redirect myself. Like, he's at work so you can have a roof over your head, dumbass. You know, like things like that.
Yeah.
Because
the war
if he didn't work,
real.
right, like, there's so many things. Like, he doesn't usually, if he's not at work, he's usually here. And there's been times I'm mad at him because he's at a baseball game with his friends. Not really a big deal. It's only a few hours. But in my head, he's never coming home. He's not with his friends. Who knows who he's with? Is he really? That's how it was at first. But since times went on, he's at the baseball game with his friend. Hope they're having fun. You know, like, I've noticed that my mindset, because of redirecting myself so much, my mindset, and the only advice I can give about helping someone that needs you feel that needs the mental medical help is just try to talk to them, try to redirect them, you know, like, try to give them pointers. Like, my big thing that I turn to is music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what's helped me. I don't know if that would help somebody else. It seems to be a good outlet for a lot of people. Is there's so many different types of music. You just turn it up and dance around and act like a fool. That helps me. Nobody's ever going to see that unless you're my children. They see it a lot. I probably would embarrass them if I did it in public. But, you know, that's what helps me, because it gets like the adrenaline rushing, which when that helps, then it kind of makes you feel like, I don't know how to explain it now that I've said all that. It kind of makes you feel like, even though you're just dancing around your bedroom, acting like a fool, listening to whatever type of music you listen to, with the adrenaline rush, it makes you feel like you've accomplished something just because you've controlled your mental thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Did I explain that all good? I'm hoping that wasn't like totally off the wall.
No, it's yeah, you explained it pretty good, you know, and that's how it is for you, you know, and it is different for everybody, you know, mental. Okay, so you both have bipolar, but yet it affects you guys each differently. And so, I mean, there could be 1,000 people diagnosed with the same thing, severe
Different for everyone.
But it will affect each one differently, and that's the thing. And you know, with that question, Dwayne even said they may need to come to that conclusion themselves. Now, very true, but just be there, try to kind of like get them to realize that they're not alone, and just be there for them, and just kind of keep trying to steer them in the right direction. But if it's causing yourself to have mental health issues and stress, walk away, because there's nothing else
if you can.
Don't damage yourself.
I had to do that.
Somebody
like,
else
personally had to do that. A lot of my family, when it comes to my biological father's side, I do talk to a few of them. It's a pretty big family, but I talk to 5, maybe. And, you know, I come to realize when I moved in here, I've been here for almost 5 years. And well, I had my own place. So the ones that didn't have their own place or were going through stuff, they were calling me. You can call and vent to me all you want. Like, I will listen. I will help give you pointers if you want it. If you just want to yell in somebody's ear, I'm okay with that too. But if you expect me to involve myself in your personal life, I don't care if it's my sister, my best friend. I'm not going to do that. I have my own stuff to deal with, and I can't insert myself in somebody else's problems. But I have learned the hard way, because that's the only way I learned, is that people in my family, people in my family seem to only call me when they need something or they want something from me. And I felt that was their way of showing, like, they need me. I gotta go. I gotta do it right now. I don't care what time it is. But my fiance helped me. And at first I did take it that he was being harsh, because I didn't see it. That's my family. They need me. I need to be there for them, because that's my whole life. That's what I was taught. Like, your family needs you, you jump to it and you go. That's just how it was. But when I took a step back and would really pay attention, it wasn't like, I'm hungry, can you bring me food? It was, I don't have cigarettes, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. And if you help them one day, then the next day they're going to call. And then the next day they're going to call. Yeah. And that day that you tell them that you can't help them, it's like, F you, you're dead to me, just because you won't bring them a pack of cigarettes. Something so minor. And I'm a smoker, so I understand the nicotine withdrawal. Mm-hmm. But you're expecting me now to take out of my family's, like, either out of their mouths or my own cigarettes, and give them to you. Well, when I need it, where are you? Mm-hmm. They're nowhere to be found. And when I realized that the only time they call is because I would fight their battles, or because they needed or wanted something from me, they don't call me anymore. And when they do, it's because somebody's in the hospital, or he said, she said, did you know this? My son's in jail. This person did that. And they don't really call me anymore, even when it is about that, because I show tough love. I can't feel sorry for somebody that knows what they're doing in life is wrong. And that's how I learned a lot of things, was the tough love. Yeah. So when certain people in my family call and say, oh my gosh, my son's on drugs and I don't know what to do. Sorry about your luck. Trying to go to rehab or something. I can't do it. And right. It's not that I can't somebody, but they have to want help. He doesn't want help. I can't help him. I'm wasting my time, my time. I'm taking away from my family to help somebody that's my cousin, but he doesn't want it. So I'm not helping anybody, and it's aggravating to me. So yeah. I just don't talk to him. And I told him the last time I did talk to him, don't call me, don't send me a message. I'm not going to help you until you help yourself. I'm not doing anything for you. And I haven't heard from him in like a year.
Wow.
Because he's still out there doing it. And I won't do the whole, oh, honey, it'll be okay. Because it's not going to be okay until he gets off the drugs.
Right. He's going to have to change and want to get better or clean. So, like I was saying at the beginning of the live today, my kid's biological father, he would go to jail and he would get out and he would drink right away and this and that. Well, he got rid of his ex-wife, thank God. But since he's been out almost a year now, and she is not in his life, he's actually cleaned up. He finally, at this point, I'm not saying that he'll ever go back to it, because it's a very good possibility because of the pattern. But we're proud of him because he made the choice to walk away from the alcohol, because it was bad. I mean, it was really, really bad with his drinking. And now that he's clean, yes, he drives me nuts, but I can deal with him better when he's sober than when he's been drinking. And so we couldn't tell him, you have to stop drinking. I mean, he was on no drink orders and he'd still drink. We had to wait for the time that he wanted to finally say enough is enough. As much as he was a pain, we were still working with him even during the time that he was drinking, but we couldn't really do a whole lot. Our hands were tied until he made that choice. Enough was enough. And so since he's been clean, things have been a lot better. Yes, he still has some issues, but they're easier to handle than it was before when you would add the alcohol with it. And so, so like I said, you know, if it's going to mess with your own personal mental health, walk away. Otherwise, just keep showing them that they're not alone and that, you know, you'll be there, but there will come a time where they're going to have to decide if they want to be a part of your life. And you have to decide if you want to keep pushing and struggling to help them. So you got to make your decision, and they need to figure out how to make their own decision. And if they do not want to get help, there's nothing you can do. If they won't admit that they have an issue, there's nothing you can do. And for your own safety, mentally and physically and emotionally, I'd walk away.
I'm always scared that I'm going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't have, like, with everything that I've done in my life, I thank God, because do you know how many times I would be in prison for just the stuff I did? That's how, I mean, it could have been worse, but, you know, some of the stuff I did was pretty dangerous. Like sleeping in my car in East St. Louis, that's nuts. Like St. Louis alone, sleeping in your car. And it wasn't even my car, it was a friend's car. That we were two girls sleeping in the car. Good morning. And the worst part, maybe not the worst, but one of the worst places in Missouri to be at. Not even Missouri, is that Illinois. Anyway, one of the worst towns to be in. And we're sleeping in a parking lot in a car at between a strip club and never went in the strip club, but we slept in the parking lot. And thinking back on what could have happened makes me think of how dangerous the things that I was doing, and not just drugs, just sleeping in a car in a parking lot of a very rough neighborhood, or sleeping in a tent behind the nightclub that was next to the strip club. I was I can't really say that was all when I was doing drugs, because some of it was just me drinking all the time. When I'd wake up, I'm like, how did I get here? But I can honestly say I've never woke up and not knew the people, whatever. I knew everybody that was around me. I didn't wake up in a stranger's house or in a stranger's bed. Thank God for that too. So, I mean, like, the stuff I did was stupid, but I still feel like I had a guardian angel at the same time.
Right.
Because many bad things could have happened.
Right, exactly. So, Mother's Mustache says that nature is a wonderful, soothing place. I think that's why I'd rather be outside than inside. Grow a garden, yard work, just being outside is my go-to. Now, I do not have a green thumb, but I am trying again this year to try to get a green thumb. I don't know if that's just something you're born with or you're not born, or, however, if you just
I'm right there with you. I don't know either.
Yeah, so I am building flower beds out in the front, and then I'm gonna have a garden area. So I'm gonna try to record my journey on gardening. It's probably going to be one of the funniest things ever, because I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I've done some research, but I still have no clue what I'm doing. So this will be fun. And then I think nature is really good for everybody. I really do. It's you can go outside, especially in the woods. Like right now,
We go camping a lot.
yeah, we used to have a campsite down in
See,
Jefferson.
my parents do, so that's what we do through the summer. Usually we would have already been there at least twice, but we're not supposed to go down there at the moment because that county doesn't have any cases of this, so we're not really allowed to go down there.
Right.
Not even to check on it to make sure everything's nothing.
Yeah. I am not sure how to say your name, so I will apologize
Oh.
in advance. Okay.
I have-
it's Christina.
I have a rant on that one. That's a show in itself.
Yeah. Reseller/life of a reseller. How do you deal with the anxiety of the clutter and inventory taking over your home without letting it interfere with your partners or your mojo?
I don't look in the garage.
That's like a whole nother topic. That's a different show.
I don't look at Dwayne's man cave, which is the family room in the basement. Yeah, I just I have to choose denial.
Okay.
Like if you don't look at it, it's not there.
Yep, that's exactly it. That is how I.
But see, I'm the one that's the problem. And then I annoy myself because my crap's everywhere. And then why did I let this happen? It's going to take me 5 hours to clean one room because I didn't put stuff back where it was supposed to be to begin with. Like, yeah, I can go on a rant about myself on that one.
I did a deep clean on my craft room and it took me like 3-4 days to get through the whole thing. Part with having asthma and you get moving stuff around and then you get coughing and then you have to sit down because that's all you can do is sit down, use your inhaler and try and breathe. Pathetic, I know. But for me, organizing relaxes me. And so, yeah, I try really hard to just pretend. It's so hard. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Apartment.
Yeah, I don't know if Dwayne would be alive if we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with all the stuff.
Yeah.
I can't even show you all of my inventory. I would have to go. Let's see. I think the only 2 rooms that does not have my inventory in it is the bathroom and the kitchen. And that's only because I cleaned my kitchen. Like it took me 2 days because of my sciatic nerve issue. But I cleaned my kitchen. And
come clean mine, please.
Oh my God. It took everything I had to clean my own. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. But I have stuff in my girls' room. I have stuff in the living room. I have stuff in my room. Plus, I have a little storage area downstairs, 2 of them that are full, plus the corner of the room that I don't care if anybody takes it or not because it's like closed. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there because, yeah, I have a lot more than that.
So I am a significant other to a reseller, and 90% of his items that he sells, I don't have to really worry about it because it's all in the basement, as we call it, his dungeon. There are computers and stuff out on the porch, which is no big deal. But I think he gets more upset with my clutter than I could get upset with his clutter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because so many things. Okay, so this is part of my mental health thing. Okay, so a lot of like my stuff. I was in an abusive relationship and I lost a good portion of my items. I was controlled. I was told I couldn't have this. I couldn't do that. I had to get rid of this or the things would get taken away from me. So in my head, it's my stuff. Don't touch it. I will deal with it when I am good and ready to deal with it. So my hubby, he puts on Hoarders, the TV show Hoarders, and he will play it nonstop. And that's usually the first sign of him saying you need to get rid of some of your crap. And I get like this week, he was like, you need to get rid of your crap. There's too much stuff here. And I'm like, look, he's like, I'm going to get rid of it. I'm like, no, you ain't. And it like triggered my anxiety. And I'm like, no, you're not getting rid of my stuff. It's not your stuff to get rid of. It's mine. And when I choose to get rid of it, I'll get rid of it. Now, this is all the stuff that I was feeling. And he is right. He's right.
Don't say that too loud. He'll hear you.
He's not getting permission. And he only pops in every once in a while. So, and I'm sure he's not in it right now. So, watching because he's
Probably not.
But no, I mean, I will go through it, but I have to be in the right mindset to do it. So, what's nice about it is, yeah, he may yell at me because I have a lot of stuff that I hoard. But usually he'll say something and then he'll go and he'll put on hoarders. So then when that's repeat, and all of a sudden I'll be just like a couple days into it, I'm like, I'll get up and I just automatically start going through my stuff to get rid of it. And then I do have the guilt afterwards, like, oh, I got rid of that and we needed that for that. I got rid of the wrong thing, that kind of thing. It stinks, but that's what happens.
I have like cut some of mine in half when it comes to blankets, sheets, curtains, clothes, stuffed animals, like all that kind of stuff. That's why I was saying what I was saying. I had taken the vacuum seal bags that I think you can buy them at Walmart. I'm not really sure. My friend gave me a bunch of them. But I have been putting anything that's like fabric or something that could be squished down. And I have I have really cut that part of my inventory in half. It's kind of hard to do that if it's bulky or boxes or something that's breakable.
Right.
I have no advice on that one. But if clothing related or stuffed animal, like I have a lot of plush. I haven't really posted any of it. I also have a lot of sheet sets and stuff like that. So I just put it all in one of those. And then it takes I think it's a jumbo bag. It held 3 totes full of clothing in this one bag.
Oh,
where I can put my whole body in this bag and still have room to move. So I put all these clothes in there. That eliminated 3 totes right then. I folded the bag in half and just set it. I put 2 of those bags in 1 tote. So my 6 totes turned into 1 tote of clothing. That's the only advice I can give on that. I'm still learning myself. I've only been in the reselling business for less than 6 months. So I'm still trying to learn the kinks of how to deal with the space, because I don't have a lot of space. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's not like it's big enough for what we need, but it's still too small to have the reselling business and the skincare business along with a significant other and kids being in the house at the same time. There's just not enough room for all that. So I'm still trying to learn the kinks of how to, use my space wisely. Can't think of the actual word I was trying to go with.
I go with the feng shui.
Right. Instead of like before, I had all the clothes on hangers. My girls don't use their closet as a closet. They have a few of their dresses hanging up, but they have their own dressers. So I was hanging up all the clothes. Well, I didn't like that because, if they fall on the floor, they don't pick them up. They just walk on them. Or not saying they do that. I'm just saying, for instance, they wouldn't do that because they don't use their closet. Like their closet seriously had their dresser and their TV in it and a tote of toys that they have in there. So I was using their closet. Well, that didn't work so well. So then I just threw it all in a tote, took it downstairs. Well, then the basement started leaking because of all the rain we were getting. So I had to take it all up, bring it all back up here And I'm like, the closet's full of my stuff and my fiance's stuff. I use their closet now because I can't get an apartment-sized dryer. I don't even know if that exists, but I have a washer.
Okay, so
I don't always want to walk across the parking lot to use a dryer, so I just hang it and use their closet as like a drying rack now. So I already took that space. So I had to come up with something different. And that's the only thing I could think of.
Christina, I hope I'm saying that right. I didn't even see
It
if
looks like it.
She says she's 34 weeks pregnant and wanting to nest, but struggling to find the motivation to organize when I look at everything. I get so overwhelmed and anxious. I don't even know where to start. Believe you me.
I can understand that.
Myself, so our Christmas closet, which is just I don't know what you would call them. It's not really a closet. It's like extra space from where the roof goes like this. So they put a wall here, and so it's kind of like a closet. Yeah, I had to go through that. I've had to go through that 3 times since we lived here, and we've been here almost 7 years. And let me tell you, I get severe anxiety when it comes to cleaning that. Now this spring, so we have a storage unit. It's one of those semi-truck trailer things. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. All right. And so we went there the other day. I picked up some of the bulbs that I have for planting. And I looked at it, and I have no idea where to begin on cleaning that out, because I have stuff spread out throughout the whole thing. Okay. And a lot of it is now stuff that we had from when we had our flea market shed 2 years ago, I think it is. So you're not the only one that struggles with anxiety on where to start. You just, at this point, all you can do is just start little by little. Pick an area that is just going to be you, baby, hubby's area. That's where the baby's going to be. This is where we're going to do this and that for the baby. Usually for newborns, I don't know how your apartment's set up, but maybe in your bedroom, set up an area that is just for the baby, and go from there and just start little by little and just go through things. Don't rush it. Especially with you being pregnant, you don't want to like stress yourself out too bad and cause issues during the pregnancy. Just breathe. Here's one of my all-time favorite things to do. It's called woosah. Take your fingertips, put it on your earlobes, and you rub your earlobes and say woosah and breathe in between. It works. It's awesome. So
there's a show on Netflix about organizing and cleaning. My sister has told me about it. I can't remember. It's
is that the Chinese lady or whatever?
I guess so. Yeah.
Where you only want to keep things that you're going to use. If you haven't used it
or
in
it gives
a long
you pleasure.
time, yeah.
I wish I could go by that.
Yeah, if it's useful or if it makes you happy, hang on to it. Get rid of everything else. You know, Dwayne does have his inventory room, so when things are inventoried and photographed and posted, then it's the cold storage room and he puts his inventory there. That does not bother me because it's all accounted for and it's got a purpose. And I just have the garage. You also have.
I read that and I thought that said I have the garbage and the basement because I read it so fast.
What about? Okay, he also has a trailer in the backyard full of garbage. It's electronic stuff that needs to be e-wasted. And I don't know. He put up this big board so I couldn't see what he stashed on the side of the house. Like I said, I just have to be in denial of what it's the whole sobriety thing about controlling what you can't and accepting or controlling what you can't, accepting what you can't. But no, I remember with my oldest son, and feeling the need to clean everything. Yep, before I had him, I do remember that. And for me personally, I just pick a drawer, a corner, a closet. What you were talking about, what your Christmas stuff is, I call that kind of space. I call that a hidey hole. That's
Yeah, we have
that's what I call it.
hidey hole, and not all of it is Christmas stuff.
And
Yeah, it's other stuff. And then I have the storage shed, which we're gonna go through this spring, or well,
yeah, we have a storage shed.
It's warmer.
And yeah, I don't know what's in the storage shed. I don't look.
Yeah, it's Christina, I wasn't the only one that thought of the pick a spot to make your own. Mother Mustache said it too. So, which I'm making my way down. I know we were going to head out real quick.
A half hour ago.
A whole different topic now. But, oh, hello, Toon Raccoon. Welcome. I started reselling our stuff to prepare for baby, and then he turned it into a business / YouTube. Yeah, if you want to drop your link, Christina, go ahead. We will, or whoever's YouTube channel it is on, drop it in the chat so we can show some love and watch. I did just give you a wrench too, so that's awesome. And then I think that's everything. Again, we're gonna head out. It's almost 3 hours now. And I do gotta talk to my daughter. But again, thank you everybody for coming. Much love to you all. And we will see you next week at 11 a.m. Central Time, again on my channel. And maybe we'll touch base more on our items. Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, yeah. So does that Sam's wife? I did not realize that. Did I miss that in chat somewhere? Christina equals Dapper Kitty. Okay, so she can be Dapper Kitty and you're Sam.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah. See, I talk too fast. My brain doesn't like to slow down. And well, yeah. So, but thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day if I can get this out. With that, we will chat at you guys later. Bye everybody. Much